Welcome back to the Bang Brothers. So they were talking about Kagurabachi, and it's introductions to the big three, as everyone on Twitter keeps saying, which is so annoying, by the way. Initially it was annoying, now it's funny, but initially, like, the people who unironically were saying, yo, this is like the new manga, bro, it's like the big three, it's in the new big three. It's so stupid, because it only had one chapter out. I don't even think it had a chapter out. It only had leaks out.
I think it only had that one picture.
Yeah, it had the one picture of him posing with the sword. Everyone's like, bro, the story's about him getting revenge. Like, that's crazy when you think about it, bro. It's insane, dude. Everyone's hyping it up. Wow.
That was a weird time that is still continuing just a little bit. But at this point, I think we all know that it's just like a meme. But even
now we know.
Just seeing those pictures of the Kagurabachi PS4 game that's coming out.
There was that, and also everyone who kept photoshopping people in the Kagurabachi pose. Like, there was one I saw Patrick Starr doing it. Like, there's like so many different people who kept doing it. I'm like, dude, this is like the new Akira meme of him sliding on the fucking on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
It's like there's so many different versions now that Kagurabachi is pulling his sword out. Fucking so stupid.
It also just feels like the Anya Forger meme of like her always like facing down
facing Toji.
Yeah. Facing Zoro, Luffy, like is Gojo.
The best one I saw was, did you see the Anya Forger one of her as Pain?
Yes, just go overlooking Kona, bro.
Leaf, and she's about to do
yeah.
Whoever's the person to do that is fucking go to do that. Meme is so fucking funny.
Oh, so good. And the thing is that what's the basis for Kagurabachi? Someone just definitely saw that picture and it just went overboard, bro.
And it went crazy. I think also because it was the cover of Shonen Jump. People were like, it's the cover of Shonen Jump, which means it's got to be peak. Like, bro, this is the one, dude.
4 chapters at the time of recording. If you're watching this, time of recording, 4 chapters have been out. Me and Simon read through all of them. I'm assuming you did. You read through all 4.
Yeah,
right.
I've been reading them like the moment they come out because I do want to see if this thing lives up to the hype.
Yeah. And honestly, right now, I gotta say it's goated, bro.
Actually, better than One Piece. Hot take. Can you actually imagine if in 4 chapters it outsold in One Piece?
If it did, it has to be. You see, it would have to be a meme. But what's crazy is that I legitimately do think that Shonen Jump now has another hit on their hands, and it's only because of the meme, as opposed to
literally.
Like the validity of it.
There's an alternate reality where if the meme didn't come out, this thing would have got maybe popular around maybe chapter 20s or the 30s. Like later on, it wouldn't be as popular, but it got a little popular. But this is now like everyone's watching this shit like from chapter 1. Which, can you name the last series to come out in Shonen Jump where everyone immediately started reading on chapter 1? None. That's crazy. I know the manga's doing backflips. It's like, yo, keep memeing it. Please, keep memeing my shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I can't think of one other. Like, at least when it first came out, we definitely only heard of like our favorite series by the time the anime probably came out. Because when the anime would come out would be announced for a series, the series is already maybe 50 to 100 chapters already in. So no, Kagurabachi's crazy. This is the first.
I think the only exception is Boruto, but that's only because Boruto was riding off Naruto's coattails. So everyone
that
was
doesn't count.
The new Naruto series coming out, exactly. Not the same shit.
That doesn't count. Like, if you're already affiliated with another series,
it's not done. It's gonna obviously flow in. It's like if Naruto Shippuden was actually considered Naruto Shippuden in the manga, and I'd say fact, everyone would be reading it from day dot. That's not the same shit.
Exactly.
That being said, I don't think it's bad. Like, it's definitely not a shitty. It's not shitty, which would be really funny if it was, honestly. It's not shitty. It actually has really, really good art too. Like, it has a lot of panels so far that I've seen. Like, oh, like the manga's actually doing its thing. The only thing that it really kind of prevents you from saying I love it or it's great so far is I do think it doesn't have a strong first chapter or a strong main character, which I think is like one of the most important things to have in any storytelling. like story, novel, manga, whatever. Like the introduction to anything is so important. I literally like did a comparison. I was doing notes for this video, and I reread Naruto 1, what's it called, Chainsaw Man 1, JJK 1, and I forgot One Piece 1. I read all first chapters of those 4 series, and they all had the same thing in common. The main character was extremely likable, somewhat empathetic, they had either a great backstory or something happens action-wise that really show you who the character is and sets motivations. With chapter 1 Kagurabachi, you do get set motivations and you do get that backstory. However, I feel like the main character, Chihiro, is so non-relatable, like not human, like not really likable in my opinion. He's literally like a Sasuke Uchiha. Like it's just you can't have that as your main character. I don't feel anything when I'm reading anything from his POV or from his mouth.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. Because even while reading the first chapter, I read the first chapter twice already. I read it back when the meme was first coming out, like when it was on Prominence, right? And I thought the same thing that I thought right now when I read it for this video. I was like, this does nothing to me. And I think the first 2 chapters, out of the 4 chapters that we have so far, I think the first 2 chapters are horrible. Like honestly, I mean not say horrible, but not strong. Yeah. Second, the last 2 chapters, way better. But
it's getting better.
I will get into those. Yeah, we'll I want to get to that later. I think the first 2 chapters, and I guess all 4 chapters as a whole also, I think one of the biggest problems with Kagurabachi is that it keeps falling into some, it keeps trying to do some tropes that you usually see in other manga that doesn't feel warranted, bro. Like when it works in other series, it didn't work here. Like Kagurabachi with like, I keep calling him Kagurabachi. Chihiro? You know what I mean? I keep messing up. I keep calling him Kagurabachi.
The Hunter, he keeps running around and...
I love when Gon called himself like, yo, I'm really the Hunter X Hunter.
I'm the Hunter.
So, no. No, Chihiro, his dad, for example, he kept being like the quirky dad from Bleach. Like Ichigo's dad from Bleach was always like super quirky in a weird way, but it worked there. Like I guess because I saw like the heart of what he was doing. Like he was still at the end of the day just like a dad who was like trying his best, being a single father with 3 kids, like running a business, and yet like that to me when I read it, it was like that's just him trying to just make the most of the situation. Chihiro's dad was just weird, bro. I was gonna say it again. Chihiro's dad was just weird for the sake of being weird, bro.
Not only did he feel weird, he kind of just felt, I don't know, short-lived is what I'm thinking. Like it felt like the one serious moment we had with him when he's trying to explain to him the importance of selling katanas and building katanas felt so nano and small that it felt like, okay, I feel like it's not impacting me. Like, I compared to Shanks. Shanks was quirky in One Piece, but we had a very serious, 2 serious moments where he gave up his arm for Luffy in chapter 1, and also he laughs it off whenever he gets insulted, but it doesn't when he gets his friends insulted. That like was a huge, just like, this is what it means to be a great pirate and a great character in the series. And then when you compare it to Chihiro's dad, it's not hitting quite the same. Like you say, it just felt like a goofy knockoff of Ichigo's father, who doesn't have anything to really deliver so far, at least.
Yeah. I don't know if you felt the same way too. Like the amount of similarities to Demon Slayer is crazy, bro.
I was about to say the same thing. Yeah, I felt like it's very one-to-one of how it starts. Except the thing is, I feel like, once again, going back to characters and their introductions, I immediately felt some type of way for Tanjiro. I do like Tanjiro. Like, he just felt more jovial and an actual human being, and I felt bad for him. With this character, just you don't get any emotion. You don't get nothing. He's just always fucking... He's Kawhi Leonard. He's literally fucking Kawhi Leonard of the fucking world right now, dude. I get nothing from him, dude. It fucking sucks.
Yeah, I thought about it because even his name, Chihiro. So I was like Tanjiro. The katanas. You didn't even think about that?
No, that's funny.
I thought about that too. It's like, yo, even the freaking name, bro. The katanas. Like, I feel like the only difference, and obviously his family dying. Like, his family dying. Like, his father dying, and his father was obviously.
That's literally the only difference.
Exactly. And yo, I honestly don't even put it past him that I get introduced like in chapter 50. Oh, he always had a sister. You know, like, this just feels like. It definitely feels like Shonen Jump's answer to the void of Demon Slayer right now. Like a prominent series focusing on wielding katanas, and those katanas all have powers, bro. Like, come on, this feels like what if Demon Slayer, what if those katanas, remember when we found out that those katanas have nothing behind them, like there was actually no kick or no spice behind them?
All like a visual aid,
Which I hate that. You know, me and you both hate that.
What if that's the reveal here? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no, but that's pretty much what this is. It's like, what if those?
Already. No, we got always saying what if.
No, no. Yeah, I'm saying this is like Shonen. This is like their way of being like, oh, but it's different than Demon Slayer. Those effects in Demon Slayer weren't real. In here, it's real. Like it looks the same though. You know what I mean? Like it comes across.
I get
very
that vibe.
Similar.
I get like every time I see those beautiful panels of him drawing the katana and like those like fish appear. Very similar Demon Slayer vibes of like the Flame Hashira or the Mist Hashira. Like it's like kind of the same vibe.
Exactly.
The only obvious difference is that we don't have that strong Tanjiro sister dynamic that like they rely on a lot of Demon Slayer, where it's like I do this for my sister, I care my sister heavily, like we're one. We don't really have that here. So right now we just have literally Chichiro vaguely going around Japan just looking for 6 blades. That's all we got so far. It's not a strong premise, really. Like, Luffy at the beginning wants the Pirate King for an obvious reason. Like, Gon is looking for his father, and he'll do anything for it. Like, he legit puts away, like, everything determined to find his father, and you learn about this beautiful world as you're, like, going through it, right? You have JJK. Literally, really crazy fucking strong start because you have this normal high school student, and then all of a sudden he becomes literally the king of curses, essentially, Sukuna, at the very last second. It's like, well, where's this series going? What the fuck? Like, his world is drastically different now. With this kid, it's just, I had a dad who made blades that were really strong. He got killed. I gotta go find the blades now. And that's it. Like, it's not that fucking compelling to me, dude. It's very short. And I feel like also Shiba, the one character that is friends, I guess, with him and his
family
dad.
Friends, it feels like. I
feel like he could easily help the narrative a little bit by being a little bit more what's the word I'm looking for, likable. Now it just feels like it just feels like he just adapted relief. What?
No, go on. You're saying what I was gonna say.
It just feels like he's comedic relief without any motivation. I don't understand why he's helping them. I don't understand like what's his role in this right now. It just seems like you just are there, like you're just there. Like you don't have any like really word in this or say in this. You just happen to be there. It feels a little weird. I don't know. Obviously, this is very early on. It could change. Maybe he becomes a better character. But for his introduction, the first 3 characters we meet in the show, the main character, his father, and Shiba, all 3 to me are just so boring.
Bland. Yeah. I completely agree. Mr. Shiba, whoever he is, I feel like when I first saw him get introduced, I'm like, he has to be a villain of some degree. To me, in my opinion, there has to be like I assume, and if not, then I guess it's gonna be a band of just those 3, of the 3 that we end up by chapter 4. But nonetheless, Shiba is a character that again nothing, and all he does is provide really bad comedic relief. That it feels like he's just looking for tropes from other series, and it's not warranted. Same thing within chapter 3 when we're introduced to this this girl who works at a like a cafe who's like, I guess they take missions, right?
Yeah.
They take missions for...
she like links sorcerers to what's called... I think it's people in general, actually. She just gives them odd jobs.
Yeah. Something like that. And when the second that she sees Chihiro, she's like hyping him up, like, "Hi, Chihiro, like you look so good today, whatever." Like he's, and I'm like, when I look at Chihiro, I don't look at him as the hot guy. Like I'm not like, yo, he's so hot. I get it. Like Gojo, I can see it. I understand why. Chihiro,
the appeal.
Why is this girl? Why is she going in?
Obsessed over her?
I don't get it. And I know it's coming across like, I guess, like the Sasuke thing. Like Sasuke was like immediately pined over by all the girls, but all of our main characters that we usually follow in manga and anime are not those dudes. The Gokus, the Gon, the Luffy,
yeah, exactly. That's
the
your
Naruto's. Like,
you cannot have Sasuke as your main character. Like Sasuke is a good foil to Naruto the being series. Like you as if you're a fan of Naruto, like from the jump, you're like, oh fuck this guy. I want Naruto to like be better than Sasuke and prove to Sasuke he's better. But when Sasuke's like the main guy, it's just like I don't know. Like you just seem like this edgy, cool guy, like who has this vendetta mission that I really don't have my heart into at all. It's like when Sasuke said, "I have a certain person to kill," and we did not know anything about Itachi at the time. It's like, okay, you're just being edgy. I don't know fuck about who you have to kill. Like, grow up. I don't like you're fucking 12, bro.
But at least with Sasuke, like they didn't review immediately. Wait, no, I think he just said, "I want to kill my brother."
Yeah, he just said, "I want not your brother." He just said, "I want to kill somebody." So Frozen's like, okay, whatever. Like that's something for the background. Whatever. Like throw in the background. Whatever. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
With this character, we're obviously supposed to know from the jump who it is because it's your main character, and we're just like, okay, I guess you're looking for the guy who killed your dad and gets 6 blades, and I don't know who these people are that you're hunting. I don't see any emotion from you while doing it. I think you're being edgy about it. It's kind of like when you are in high school or middle school is a better example, and like you see that one guy in class is always like, you're like, what's wrong? Like, don't worry about it, bro. It's not a big deal. Like, just don't even worry about it. It's like, no, it's over. You're saying like, no, I'm doing this. No. It's like, I'm too cool for all that. I'm just gonna vote instead. It's like, fuck that. Come on, bro. Like, be a fucking human being.
Or back when we were in high school and people would post on Facebook like, I'm so mad at me. I'm so mad right now. Don't message me. Like,
why are you making a status?
Yeah.
It's so dumb. It just comes off as we're in 2023 right now. The age of edgy characters is so fucking whack to me now, dude. Like, I don't need that in a series. Like, I really don't care about edgy characters. As my main character,
no.
Like, as your main character, just terrible.
No, first off, no. I think I actually disagree with that. I think no matter what, we're always going to love edgy characters. It just needs to be edgy, written correctly. And this isn't that, bro.
As a main character, though. As a main character, it
doesn't work. I completely agree with you. I agree with you. This is not the kind of character that we want to follow. I will say that I want to still give it some more time because, man, like, I'm not thinking.
It definitely can get better. It's just not a strong start. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's not a strong start whatsoever. The only thing I was gonna say is I will say that I don't think every single character needs to follow the Gon, the Luffy, the Goku, the Naruto route, because I think at the end of the day, me and you can agree that those are characters. Even Yuji is also another character that kind of falls into that as well. That kind of. I think those 5 could get along really well. They can go play at the park together and they'll have a great time.
Yeah,
exactly. But like,
it's a wild.
The characters some of the more goated characters to me, not goated, but like the ones that really stand out, like Yusuke, bro. That dude was like, that dude just roasting every single fucking dude in like this series. That Ichigo, probably is a lot more like Chihiro in that regard, like the edgy factor. But at least, but he wasn't like the Sasuke though. He was just probably the more edgy one out of everyone here. I'm just saying that there's definitely characters that kind of fall out of that usual typical shonen protagonist type personality, and I'm hoping that
go-getter.
Yeah, I'm hoping that Chihiro can eventually make his rounds, like, and kind of like show us why he's a good protagonist. But right now, yeah, you're right. 4 chapters in, which is already 4 chapters too deep. 4 chapters is a lot of time for any other series to show us why their main protagonist.
A main person.
And so I'm hoping it changes, like you said, but you also have a great point. This is not a great start. It's not a great start.
I feel like, to me, empathy is so important for any story. And as Ichigo and those characters mentioned are good examples of people who aren't the go-getter friendly person. But I still, when reading those series the first time, at least felt something like, okay, like I can kind of like not relate exactly, but I do feel for this character, or I do see you as a human being, because they have moments of being a human. But with Chichiro, so far, nothing about him seems human to me. You seem like an industry plant. He just there to just show me cool action scenes. And that's why I think there is, some light at the end of the tunnel, because chapter 3 and 4, we got introduced to Char. And Char is a character I really fuck with. I like that character, because you're very expressive. You bring like this sense of like, I'm a real human being in this story. And I think if she rubs off against Chichiro, maybe our main character gets better. But right now, she's easily my favorite character of all that we've seen so far, because she just feels more real and someone that I actually like, okay, I can kind of see where this is going with this character.
For sure.
I think there's some sense of empathy there. And I want more of that, for sure.
I don't think even Char did anything for me. I'm not even going to lie to you, bro. I think the only thing that really did something to me was when Char said, you know what, you're good enough to be my bodyguard, like to Chihiro. And I was like, God, that was funny. But like, to me, I don't know, I guess I'm way too pessimistic, because I was looking at her and I'm like, you're trying to be Anya. You know what I mean? Like, you're trying to be this like quirky,
the quirky vibes,
Exactly. Like, I just feel like whoever's writing Kagurabachi, right, like the main author, he's just looking at every other series, being like, yo, what can I? Oh, I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna take that. I like that. The one thing though that I really did like with the last 2 chapters was it was mainly 2 things. It was essentially the plot. Like I'm kind of liking what the situation is looking like. That was interesting. Like where Char is coming from, and this new villain, right, who's like kind of like definitely the one who killed her parents, and it's kind of using that against her, and you can kind of see that PTSD a little bit in Char. Like, she was kind of like trying to like push that memory back. Like, I like that. I like the situation right now, because obviously
like that's human to me. Like, see how she reacts.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good
human. You see what I mean?
You're right. But what I loved too about chapter 3 was the framing of it, the actual drawing, like the framing of things. Because when he's talking to Char, and I saw that, you saw that dude come in, and I immediately was like, that's the dude.
Who that?
That's the dude who's stalking her. But like, I was following in every panel. I'm like, yo, what's that guy doing? And
I keep being drawn out to the side, like, who is that?
Yeah, and no matter what, maybe the writing's not good, but the art and like the framing of everything so far has also been kind of impressive. Like, he's definitely knowing what to do with when it comes to how to draw, where to space things out. And at the very least, he has that going for him, because a lot of other series, I mean, I love One Piece, and even that's a humongous
framing
issue.
Can be so terrible sometimes, dude.
Yeah. To the point that I still get lost. Like, I'm like, I don't know what the hell is happening. And then I find out, like, in the anime,
I jump ahead, and I'm like, oh no, I was supposed to read here first. I get you.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't want to say nothing just yet, just because we really don't know how sorcery works in this world yet. Like, that whole life energy, like, that's how every other manga be talking about there. Like, that's key. That's nen. That's like, I need more than just that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on.
That's key. That's nen.
Like, I need a lot more than just that for me to understand what the hell sorcery is, and like how far we can go with the sorcery, like
the Quincy's or some shit. Then Shiba said it was like life energy so far, right? That's all he said so far.
Yes.
Like, it's supposed to be life energy, and anyone can do it or something like that.
Yeah, it's in everyone, so it's like the Force. Everybody can do it. It's just a matter of whether you want to tap into it.
Or like JJK, like curse energy. Like, everyone has curse energy in
Yeah. That's better.
Similar vibe. You think he
and it's like Dragon Ball, where everybody has ki. It's just a matter of whether or not you train. Or it's like Nen, where everyone can do it. It's just a matter of whether or not you train. Or it's like Chakra, where it's a matter of whether or not you train.
Did you train?
Yeah,
I
it's like hockey. It's a matter of whether or not you trained.
Did you try training, bro?
Oh, you're not an MC yet? Did you train yet? Like, oh my god. No, that's not a fault about life energy. It's just it's funny.
The thing I wanted to ask you, the last thing that was on my mind when I was writing my notes is, do you think this series will have a lot of characters? Because so far, I'm getting the vibe that this series won't really have many characters. Like, do you think we're gonna have like a party system where like more and more people get introduced like into the party?
It feels like it should be like a team of 7.
Where do you get that vibe from?
It feels like a crew of 7 people
swords?
Because, well, yeah, because what if they take one sword? What's he gonna do? Wield 2? Ain't no way he's gonna wield 2 swords. He's gonna be giving it to Mr. Sabodi. What's his name?
Shiba.
Like he's gonna give it to
Did you
Shiba.
call him Sabodi?
I forgot his name, bro. I swear to God, I forgot his name.
Calling him Mr. Sabodi's crazy, though. How did your mind? Yo, Mr. Dilly Bar?
Just an S name. I needed an S name. No, and then you got then whatever the girl. You just got
Char.
7 swords in total. So seven people on this crew. Give each of them a sword, and they become like the Akatsuki. I think that makes sense.
That's a good point. Because I feel like he's not gonna like put the sword somewhere safe. Pretty sure like he knows they'll just find it. So he probably wants to hold on to them.
He's gonna have to give it to somebody who can wield it.
Maybe you're honestly, maybe it is like a party system where they'll just recruit people on their way to kill other sorcerers. And I wouldn't mind that, because if you give me 7 heads and 6 of them are really likable characters, I'll try my best to ignore the one guy who's just fucking edgy all the time. Like it becomes a lot more easy to read.
Not to mention that by that point, I'm sure he'll probably loosen up a lot more too because of the people that he's surrounded by. But like,
he just gets more and more edgy.
But a team of 7 with all of them being like sword wielders, but like with all of them extravagant powers, like that could potentially be kind of fire. Yeah, exactly. So
fire, especially if you start doing like the traditional like Shonen one-on-one fights.
Exactly. Like,
how do you see it?
It can be something. It could be something.
For now, that's too early to say, though. I think overall,
exactly.
It's not terrible, not fucking Shawshank Redemption. It's definitely there. It's got potential. I'm definitely gonna read it every week, and maybe who knows? Maybe we'll come back here after chapter 12 and say this is the greatest thing ever. Who knows? It's still early to say, but right now it's there. It's there. I don't mind it. I think everyone should give it a chance, especially for the art, at least. I wish nothing but greatness for the manga, but for right now, I really think it's just meeting expectations. Nothing too crazy.
Kagurabachi's a savior, bro.
You know, we should write something.
No, I don't think we should.